In Normandy during June of 1944, a simple strand of communications wire stretched low across a rutted farm road halted 57 tons of German Tiger tank armor in less than 3 seconds flat. The young engineer behind it was Corporal James Mallister, just 23 years old, a former electrician hailing from Pittsburgh. That fateful morning, he had no explosives, no bazooka, no anti-tank mines, only a coil of ordinary wire and a spark of desperate ingenuity. The Tiger I tank had already earned its fearsome reputation. Weighing 57 tons in combat trim, it mounted an 88mm gun capable of piercing over 4 inches of sloped armor from 1,000 meters away. American Sherman tank crews dreaded facing it at any distance, often calling such encounters a death sentence. Production of these beasts started in August of 1942, with only about 1,347 ever built by D-Day. Each one demanded around 250,000 Reichsmarks and 300,000 man-hours to construct. Germany could ill afford to lose even one, and the Allies could scarcely afford to confront them head-on. The odds were grim. A lone Tiger might knock out 5 Shermans before suffering a fatal hit itself. The Sherman's 75mm gun needed point-blank range and a side shot to have any hope against the Tiger's thick hide, and even then, victory was no sure thing. The Tiger's tracks spanned 28 inches wide, powered by a Maybach HL 230 P45 engine churning out 700 horsepower. It could scale a 35-degree incline, wade through 4 feet of water, and swing its turret full circle in under a minute. Yet every tank harbored a flaw, and the Tiger's lay in its laufwerk, the elaborate running gear of overlapping road wheels, drive sprockets, and track links that turned raw power into motion. This setup was a triumph of design, but a horror to maintain. 24 road wheels per side, interleaved in rows for even weight spread and smoother travel. Ingenious on paper, it proved disastrous in mud, snow, or breakdowns. German engineers had precisely calibrated the overlap, with each wheel bearing a set share of the load, to cut ground pressure to about 14.8 pounds per square inch, lower than many slimmer tanks. This let the Tiger cross soft earth that trapped simpler machines and gave gunners steadier aim while moving. But the intricacy brought drawbacks. Overlaps bred friction and snags for debris. On the Eastern Front's muck, dirt froze in the gaps overnight, forcing crews to chisel ice each dawn. In deserts, sand wore down the rubber rims, cushioning the wheels. Swapping an inner wheel meant dismantling up to 8 outers first. Mallister had examined a Tiger once, 4 days after hitting Omaha Beach. His combat engineer unit, tied to the 1st Infantry Division, cleared obstacles near a village outside Marigny. They found one abandoned, starved of fuel. He clambered aboard, felt the chilled steel, inspected the tracks, tallied the wheels, gauged the spaces by hand. He spotted what the designers might have overlooked, those tight channels between overlapping edges, about 3 inches wide, enough for free spin, but perfect for trapping slim objects. A lodged rock had split a rubber tire on one wheel. A snagged chain had ripped 3 track links before being cut loose. Running his fingers along the assembly, he sensed the taut strain, mentally figuring the forces at play. The track bore constant stress, each link sharing the massive weight. The rear drive sprocket hauled it forward, the front idler kept it tense, and the road wheels in between carried the burden. Disrupt any part, and the whole failed. He noted the track's breadth, too, each link at 11 pounds, one side's full assembly nearing 2,000 pounds. That heft, spun at speed, built huge momentum, aiding obstacle climbs but magnifying damage if jammed. As the driver might not stop in time, Mallister tucked these insights away. 3 weeks on, his company held a hedgerow south of Carentan. Normandy's ancient Bocage, earthen banks 4 feet high, crowned with hawthorn and brambles, carved the land into a suffocating labyrinth. Each field a stronghold, each breach a death trap. This terrain ground mobile warfare into bloody stalemates. Infantry gained inches. Tanks groped blindly. Artillery dominated all. Americans had drilled for beaches, open fields, and maneuvers like those in Kansas or Texas flatlands. They were unprepared for this. Hedgerows nullified their edges, armor stuck in place, air spotters blinded by foliage, artillery potent but sluggish. Troops battled through thickets where sightlines shrank to 20 feet. Germans knew this ground intimately after 4 years of occupation. Mortars pre-sighted every junction. Machine guns laced every gap. They aimed not to crush but to stall, buying days to bolster inland defenses, shift panzer units, and harden Caen and St. Lo. Mallister's platoon had endured the line for 18 days, pushing 2 miles at the cost of 11 lives. Fresh replacements, raw lads from Iowa farms or Detroit plants, arrived wide-eyed after mere days in Europe. They mistook Nebelwerfer shrieks or confused enemy fire with friendly. They froze under shelling. Veterans like Mallister schooled them to dig deep, hug dirt, dash quick. Some adapted. Others fell too soon. On June 28th, at 0530 hours, the Germans struck hard, not a feint, but a armored spear, to cleave the American beachhead. Panzer grenadiers on half-tracks, foot soldiers in the hedges, led by 4 Tigers from the 101st Heavy Panzer Battalion. Intel had flagged Tigers nearby via radio chatter 3 days prior. Aerial scouts spied them in woods 6 kilometers south. But warnings paled against the reality. The earth-shaking rumble, the psychological crush of 4 steel giants materializing from dawn fog. Mallister heard them first. The Maybach's throaty snarl, tracks clattering on stone, ground quaking. His platoon hunkered in a sunken lane crossing the enemy path. 32 souls with 2 bazookas, 3 rifles per hole, tasked to hold or die. No illusions about stopping 4 Tigers. Just slow them, bleed them, force deployment, grant time for guns and tanks to rally. 30 minutes held would be triumph, an hour miraculous. Living optional. The Tigers emerged at 0615, gray phantoms in mist, turrets sweeping, guns angled for dug-in foes. They rolled in loose diamond, hugging firm roads. The lead fired at 200 meters, blasting a farmhouse left of Mallister, shards flying, shockwave shaking hedges. Others joined, pounding to pinheads while infantry pushed. The 88's crack was sharp, flat, followed by whistling shells and explosive thuds. High explosive rounds cleared troops, not tanks. Methodical advance, shell, creep 50 meters, shell again, infantry mop-up, repeat, bazookas futile at range. Mallister knew the stats. M1 piercing 3 inches, ideally, effective to 100 meters. Tiger front 4 inches thick, 9 degrees sloped, face hardened. Even prime hits often glanced. Weak spots, rear engine or lower hull, demanding the tank pass overhead, then rise to fire at its back. No chance here. Tigers would pulverize the line. Then hose survivors. Proven in Russia against tougher defenses. Mallister eyed the lane, 15 feet wide. Rutted dirt for carts, sole-heavy path through Bocage, hedges too thick, soil too yielding elsewhere. Engineers confirmed days back, anything over half-track weight sank fast. Tigers must file single, slow, flanks exposed. Plan was bazookas on engines as they passed, grenades at slits. Slim odds. He gripped his wire coil, 300 feet of braided steel, 1/8-inch thick, 200-pound tensile. For phones, not fights. Useless to snare a barrel or drape a hull. But jamming, that was different. He bolted 50 meters down the curve, hidden in dip from gunners. Spotted sturdy oak posts opposite, 18 inches thick, buried 3 feet. Old gate anchors. Tied one end left post, triple wraps, fisherman's knot from Dad's wiring lessons, unyielding. Stretched, taut across, ankle high 8 inches up, not dragging. Secured right post same way, wire humming tense, near invisible in shade. 90 seconds till lead Tiger. He dashed to hole, said nothing. No time, no proof. Absurd notion, wire versus 57 tons. Mines blast, bazookas pierce, guns smash, wire annoys. But if caught in wheels, tension right, posts firm, It might lock tracks. Better than slaughter, lead Tiger entered lane at 0624 kilometers per hour, engine idling fuel-wise. Commander hatch open, officer scanning in black uniform, risking bullets for sight in tight spots. Gun left toward platoon, coaxial ready to strafe. 20 meters to wire, 15, 10. Mallister tensed. Front sprocket snagged it. Physics ruled. Posts held. Wire intact. Angle off. It hooked third wheel edge. Momentum wrapping loops fast. Jammed between second and third, compressing rubber. Pulling. Opposite. Tension surged. Wheels bound like ratchet. Left side seized. Right churned. Tiger veered left sharp. Driver throttled up. Mistake. 700 horses fought jam. Right track gouged dirt. Tank spun 15 degrees in 2 seconds. Suspension arm snapped. Torsion bar fractured. Bracket bent. Lurched halt. Engine howling smoke before kill switch. 2.8 seconds total. Tiger cocked 15 degrees, blocking followers. Commander yelled, panic into radio. Immobilized, track wrecked, road clogged, need engineers, halt all, couldn't back, narrow lane, blind, no spotters. Bypass risked bog or thrown track on soft berm. Doctrine forbade abandoning fixable armor, destroy if lost. Trapped. 4 Tigers lined in kill zone, no maneuver. Flanks open without infantry. Nightmare against German tactics. Second Tiger tried shoving. Closed 5 meters, revved. Track spun futile. Slipped after 30 seconds. Quit to avoid self-harm. Stationary now. Prime targets. Lieutenant radioed 0626. Fire mission. Coords sent. 3 105mm batteries. Replied, high explosive airburst on flanking troops, not tanks. Shells rained 0630. Fragments down. Phosphorus torched brush. Grenadiers routed. Hid behind hulls or fled. 2 minutes. Tigers isolated. Blind without foot support. Guns couldn't hit low close. Infantry could charge with charges. Tanks prized over men in 1944 math. Crews rare. Months trained. Tigers 500,000 marks. Thousands hours. Infantry replaceable. So grenadiers scattered under barrage. To regroup later. But Tigers stuck. Sherman platoon rolled in 0645. 4M4A1S with 76mm high-velocity guns, piercing 4 inches at 500 meters ideal. Bypass lead via Bocage gaps. Tigers couldn't lighter, simpler. Flanked 300 meters rear. Tigers faced wrong. Turrets slow. 62 seconds full turn. Shermans had 30 to strike. 0650. Volley on rearmost engine deck. 25mm thin. 3 hits breached, 1 fueled fire. No big blast, just rapid burn. Smoke billowing. Crew bailed. 15 seconds pre-ammo cook-off. 5 men out. 2 aflame, rolling in agony. Rest surrendered, 0700. Hands up. White shirts on antennas. Odds flipped. 3 Tigers pinned. Shermans behind. Artillery locked. Infantry closing. No support. No escape. Rational yield. Live for exchange. Lead Tiger towed for study. Engineers poured over. Photos. Measures. Wire deep in wheels. Torch cut out. Scored steel under rubber. Repairs 12 hours. Parts from stocks. Torsion bar. Arm. 2 tires. Bracket. Back running, evening. But fuel scarce. Idled campaign out. August depot, South St. Lo. Crew shifted September. Americans captured October. Shipped Aberdeen Proving Ground evaluation. Mallister earned Bronze Star nomination. Citation for clever act neutralizing armor. Witnesses, sketch, photos. Approved August, pinned September in Avranches mud. He stayed silent publicly. Post-war Pittsburgh. GI Bill engineering degree. 31 years electrician. Union steady. Wed 1947. 3 kids. Retired 1976. Died 1989 lung cancer. Obituary brief. Service mention. Bronze Star. Engineer Normandy to Elbe. No wire. No Tiger. Family knew war vague. But engineers whispered. Reports spread. Trick in summaries. Manuals updated. By July 1944, units coiled extra wire for traps. Some succeeded, on Tigers, Panthers if roads narrow, anchors solid, surprise hit, failed on light tanks, simple gear, mud-sinking wire, alert crews. Germans countered August. Bulletins warned cables. Foot scouts ahead. Cut with guns. Night guards. Effective. By September, rare winds. Trappers shot mid-setup. Window short, June to August 1944, 3 months. Reports from 7 divisions note at least 11 Tigers, Panthers stopped by wire. Not killed, but halted, exposed for flank or bypass or barrage. In armor math, stalled equal dead, clogs paths, drains aid, ties crews. Tiger embodied Germany's bind, overbuilt, costly, dominant tactically, useless strategically, 1,347 built, 1942–44. Soviets 57,000 T-34s same span, Americans 49,000 Shermans. Numbers trumped quality. Each Tiger lost forever, stopped wasted. Repair hours diverted from Panthers or Panzer IVs. Interleaved wheels brilliant clean, jammed foul. Needed peace. Smooth, dry ground. Upkeep. War gave opposite. Bocage mud-wired debris. East freeze, thaw. Africa sand. All exploited flaws. Wire revealed complex systems fail simply. Sophisticated, fragile. Tiger wheels, optimal weight, but gaps vulnerable, unlike crude. Sherman vertical volute springs rough. 5 wheels side, no overlap, higher pressure, but quick fix 20 minutes tools. Tiger half-day specials for inner. Lesson beyond tanks. Luftwaffe. May 2. 62 jets, 100 miles per hour faster. But runways bombed. Engines, 12-hour life. Panther sloped revolutionary. Drives, failed 150 kilometers average. V-2 rocket marvel. Cost bomber price for 1-ton inaccurate warhead. Wonder weapons, brilliant. Impractical. Won skirmishes, lost war. Proved superiority without sustained defeats. Allies triumphed simple mass. Sherman outgunned Tiger one-on-one. But 50 built per 1 German. T-34s crewed thousands versus Panther hundreds. Mallister, no strategist, just electrician spotting fails. Saw wheel gap. Jammed with wire, 90 seconds. No philosophy. Desperate try over death. Enough. War pivoted logistics. Output. Numbers. Allies replaced faster than hit. Oceans supply safe. Factories 5, 10, 20 times German. Acts local. 1 Tiger stopped, saved hedge lives, but 50,000 Shermans took Normandy. Yet wire lives on. Manuals, Fort Moore Sill. Engineer school cases. Contractor analyses. Papers improvised anti-tank. Historian chats. Design limits. Essence warfare beyond tech. Complexity fragile. Ingenuity exploits. Desperation innovates. Mallister shrugged innovation. 1987 interview local paper. I just didn't want to die that morning. The wire was in my hand. The posts were right there. It seemed worth trying. I didn't think it would work, but doing nothing definitely wasn't going to work. Words echo battlefield sparks centuries. Try because alternative unthinkable. Most flop, few win. Winners studied. Myth. Doctrine. Failures fade, casualty rolls. Luck splits. Wire 6 inches high. Tiger passes under. Posts rot. Snap. Thinner cable breaks. Commander cautious. Scouts cut. Softer ground. Route shifts. Dozen ifs. Any alter. Fails. Mallister dies. Tiger rolls. But aligned. Height right. Posts firm. Straight in. Jammed. Halted. Guns came. Flanked. Yielded. Survived. 32. Lived another fight. 1 engineer's spot. 90 seconds exploit. Tiger phased August 1944 for Tiger. 2 thicker complex. Same wheels. Same week. Allies jammed on. Wire logs, chains, charges, bombs. By end, tankers dreaded track hits over hulls. Disabled enemy land coffin. Bale miles deep, Capture best, death likely. Mallister's wire preserved. Fort Moore Infantry Museum. Case with card, photo uniform, sketch trap, engagement note. Visitors glance past. Frayed steel rust green wrap. Mundane, but stopped unstoppable. 57 tons, 4 inches steel. 700 horses beaten. 8 ounces wire, right spot time. Lesson, not wire. See systems real, not ideal. Tiger meant, dominate fire shield. Did, but parts stressed. Wheels, tracks, pins, brackets, fail points, physics, materials. Mallister skipped strengths. No pierce, no gun break. Hit seam complexity. Sophistication turned weak. Modern tanks learn. Abrams, 6 wheels side. Leopard, 7. External tracks, quick swap, no specials. Simple suspend, maintain, override. Elegance good. Reliability vital. Complexity sans tough liability mechanics. Fire dark scant tools. 1944 Bocage taught blood steel. Mallister wire 90 seconds brave. Normandy hedges calm now. Sunken road paved. Holmes line. Cars daily. 1994 marker 50th liberation. Date unit. Here Americans stopped enemy armor. Broad words. History shrunk. Individuals fade. Group recall. But wire study creative pressure solve. Beyond doctrine possibility. Grasp any system beat if how works known. Cost. Lives years. Each tank down lesson. Fight data. Fail success hone. Wire 1 point thousands. One spark industrial violence tech rush war. Mattered. Saved June morning lives. Aided knowledge win campaign. Principles endure. 57-ton tank stopped steel strand courage to act.